All right, time is 7 o'clock. Good evening, ma'am. You can start.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So at the outset, let me extend our heartfelt thanks to all the participants, those who have joined this 2 days workshop on CFA and this SEM. A warm greetings to all of you. And I would just like to mention that on 13th September month, we have our MTC Global's 15th annual global convention. I'll float the flyer in the group. So if anyone is interested, most welcome to join. And that will be at Dr. D.Y. Patil Business School, Pune. Many delegates across the world will be joining the summit, and it would be a great platform for collaboration in research, consulting, and other aspects. Thank you once again, and we have with us Dr. Ruchika ma'am. So it's my great pleasure and honor to briefly introduce ma'am. A very brief introduction. Dr. Ruchika ma'am earned her doctorate in management from AKTU on the topic of self-help groups, and ma'am has more than 2 decades of experience in the field of academics. Ma'am has on her credit more than 30 papers in Scopus, UGC, and peer-reviewed journal. She is also having editorship and reviewership of few books in IGI Global 2. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time and being with us today and tomorrow. And I request ma'am to kindly please take over the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I think I'm audible. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So let me just share my screen with you all, and then I will start. I hope is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So before I start, me and Professor Sir was discussing that what should be the topic to discuss with the scholars and the professors, those who wants to know about the research, and then the idea clicked in mind that why not CFA and SEM, because nowadays every study, even if it is like descriptive or explorative, people want to perform EFA, CFA and SEM. So that's how this topic came into mind. And we decided that, okay, let's conduct a workshop for 2 days on this. And when we have floated the questionnaire, even till today only, like I have just got an idea that how many PhD scholars are there, how many professors and associate professors and assistant professors are there. So I just got a summary of it that we are having 4 associates, 3 associate professors, 6 assistant and PhD scholars, so that, when you know who is the participant in your FDP, it's easy for you to cover the content, that to what depth the topic is to be covered. So we will start with some basics first of all, and then we will move on to the hands-on experience. So one file is already shared with you, and one file I will share tomorrow in the morning. And I have asked all of you to also download the SmartPLS, which is easily available. And I think even the company provides you 15 days to 1 month free subscription for the full professional benefits, so that you will be able to run everything over the SmartPLS. Now, if you will listen this FDP continuously today and tomorrow, I take a grant on it that you will be able to understand that why you should run SEM, why you should run regression, what is the difference between regression and SEM, what is the benefit to run CFA, and why and when the EFA should be implemented in your thesis, maybe, and even if you are doctorate, then to write any paper. Now, as we know that human beings, are becoming very lazy nowadays, and we all want to process things at a very faster pace. That was the time when people used to calculate, data collection is one thing which is to be done today also. But to the data analysis, we just look for the easiest way. And after SPSS and MOS, even in MOS, everything is to be designed by you. Even the size of the circle is to be created by you. And it's very hard to create the whole design, the whole relationship establishment. So SmartPLS is the easiest way which performs the function better as compared to MOS and SPSS. Yes, there are few requisites that I will discuss with you. Now, there is a very basic thing that why SEM is required for your thesis, or why SEM. SEM means structural equation modeling, first of all. So why this structural equation modeling is required for your thesis or for your paper, that is the basic thing which needs to be understood. Why do you want to put SEM in your research paper or thesis? Just to begin with it, because we are having a few research scholars with us, and Professor Bolanath knows that last to last month I conducted one FDP which was on measurement of scale. So I have discussed nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio, all those scale in detail. But to start with SEM, that is the basic thing which is to be understood by everyone. So first of all, we will see why SEM is required for your thesis or for your research paper. Now, if you see these four words, the first word is talking about nominal. Now, I will not go in detail, but I will say that whenever you have your answers in yes, no, whenever you have your data which is categorical, right, and whenever you have your data which is simply an identifier, that means if I'm asking you for an example, what is your gender, the answer will be male or female, for an example. Or if I ask you, if I assign you some roll numbers, then roll number 1 will be of somebody maybe named Rahul, and roll number 2 may be of Sakshi. So this is just an identifier. Now, what is ordinal? Ordinal is basically a ranking based data. Ranking based means if I want to know the income of people, I may ask their income, whether your income is between 10 to 20,000, 20 to 30,000, or 30 to 40,000. So, it is just the way to, in a different rank, to ask people. And whenever we are having the data in such a way, this is called ordinal. Now, the next one is interval. Interval means the Likert scale is the perfect example of interval. Now, people generally have one question in their mind, that whenever we measure data on Likert scale, the data is on 1 to 5. Then why it is on the interval scale, why it is not ordinal, or why it is not nominal, I will give you the answer right now. The fourth one is ratio interval, and ratio is when you are collecting the data which is having absolute zero. Absolute zero means, for an example, when I'm asking to the students, what is your marks? I'm asking to somebody, what is your weight? What is your height? Sales of a company? Expenditure? So any number in which we can calculate the meaning of absolute zero, So if I'm asking somebody's marks, the person will say 23.5. So there is a value of 0.5. But if I'm asking you whether you are male or a female, the person may not say that I am 1.5 male or 1.5 female. It's very hard to say. Nobody can say like this. So nominal and ordinal data, always remember, this data is called basically non-continuous data. Remember this thing. Non-continuous data, and it is also called non-metric data. So if somebody is, asking you regarding that, what is the nature of nominal and ordinal data, always remember in your mind that it is a non-metric data and non-continuous. So when I'm taking the reviews on the basis of different ranking, it is ordinal. And when I am asking somebody's response on certain categories, it is nominal. Interval means Likert and scale, and ratio means absolute zero. So interval and ratio data is called metric data, and it is also called continuous data. Now, interval data is a metric data because when you are taking the responses on a Likert scale from 1 to 5, there is a difference of 1. There is an absolute difference of 1. Because of which, if you remember, if you have written any paper till now, or if you have worked little bit part of on your PhD, the data which is collected on a Likert scale, even that data is able to form a normal distribution. So any data which is collected on a Likert scale, that can have the normal distribution, and same with the ratio data. That is the reason we call it metric data and continuous. Now, why SEM and when the SEM is to be applied? So if you see, there are two things which are mentioned here. The first one is independent variable and the second one is dependent variable. So let me just discuss all four conditions with you, because even if I run, data on SmartPLS, you will not be able to understand various things if the basics is not clear to you. So let me just put up the first thing, that is, your independent variable is non-continuous and your dependent variable is also non-continuous. Now, let me just discuss one example. The example is like to see the impact of gender on income. Now, gender, on what scale you will measure it? Nominal. And income, you will measure it ordinal. So these two will be what kind of variables? It will be non-continuous. So if your objective is in which independent variable and dependent variable both are non-continuous, you should go with t-test. For an example, if we can go with t-test also. Like one more example, if I want to know people messages with or without emojis, and impact on the receiver's happiness, whether the receiver is happy or not. So now there are two groups. The messages can be with emojis and the messages can be without emojis. So in that case, both the variables are non-continuous and there are two groups. So we can analyze this data with the help of t-test. So we can apply, t-test, we can apply z-test, we can apply chi-square test and logistics regression. Now, the second thing is that whenever we are talking about the second one, non-continuous and continuous, that means what? Your independent variable is non-continuous, whereas your dependent variable is continuous. Now, you must be having few examples in your mind. What can be the better example to see this? We can say that there is one objective which I would like to discuss with you. For an example, if I say that the impact of income, for an example, if I say to check the impact of income on GDP for any developing nation, for an example. Now, income can be easily measured on ordinal scale, and GDP will be in numbers. That means it will be measured on a ratio scale. So my independent variable is income and dependent variable is merit based, means metric, continuous. So in that case, which test is applicable? We can go with ANOVA. Now, when you see both the variables which are continuous in nature, for an example, if I am saying that to check the impact of, for an example, to check the impact of advertisement expenditure on sales. So, what is advertised expenditure? If you ask to any company, you will get the output in numbers. That means on a ratio scale. And sales, you will also get in numbers. That will also ratio scales. That means independent variable and dependent variable both are metric and continuous. So, in that case, only you should go with regression and SEM. So keep in mind, and there should not be any confusion that when to put SEM, when we can go with the regression. The regression can only be applied when both the variables are metric. Metric means either you should collect data on Likert, even if you are collecting data on Likert. So for an example, if I say that I want to know the impact of satisfaction on purchase intention. If you are satisfied, your intention is to purchase more products. Satisfaction can be easily measured on the Likert scale. It's just a human-based things. Human liking, disliking, which can be measured on a Likert scale. You are intended towards purchase the goods or not. You strongly agree to purchase, not agree to purchase. That can also be done with the Likert. So this will also be considered as a metric data, means continuous data. And whenever you are having data on ratio scale or interval scale, remember always ratio and interval, then only we will apply and we will go with regression. Now the last one, which is called that your independent variable is continuous and dependent variable is non-continuous. So what you can say, like you can say that, for an example, I will just take one objective that, let me just erase this one. Yes. So your independent variable is continuous and your dependent variable is non-continuous. So what we can say, if I'm taking the example to check the impact of customer satisfaction on gender, to check the impact of customer not gender, I think that will not go appropriately, to check the impact of customer satisfaction on the expenditure, for an example. So do you spend more on FMCG goods? Yes or no? So you will be collecting your responses on yes or no. That means what kind of data is it? Categorical. And customer satisfaction, you will be measuring this data on Likert. So when you are measuring your data on Likert, what kind of data is it? Continuous. And when I'm asking somebody that if you are satisfied, will you spend more? For an example, somebody wants to know, some company wants to know that if you are satisfied with the Maruti services, will you purchase the second car of Maruti brand only? So if I say yes, either the answer will be yes or the answer will be no. So it is a categorical data, that means nominal, and nominal means non-metric. Then you should go with logistics regression or discriminant analysis. So in today's session, we will be just focusing upon one thing, that when our data individual and independent or dependent, means independent variable, dependent variable, both are metric, then only we will go with regression and SEM. Now, there is a confusion always that which tool should be applied, and when we are already having regression, why should I go with SEM? If regression is able to fulfill the need of my analysis, why I should go with SEM? Even if you find out few research papers, there are very good research papers which are of sales and economics, and they are not having SEM, structural equation modeling. They are having regression. Now, I have just taken one example, that for an example, I want to know the satisfaction of Rahul based upon the quality of goods. The service quality maybe, for an example. Now, generally we see that the equation of regression is, I will try to make it easier for you all, that y is equal to alpha plus beta 1, x variable and plus standard error. Now, what is my dependent variable? What I want to measure? I want to measure satisfaction. Now, can you measure satisfaction directly? If I want to measure the satisfaction directly, if I ask you, are you satisfied or not? So by taking the answer on yes or no, or should I take your satisfaction on Likert scale? Highly satisfied, not satisfied, neutral, highly dissatisfied. What do you think? How should I measure the satisfaction? What is the best way to measure the human perceptions? On a nominal scale or on a Likert scale? Anyone?
Likert is better, in fact.
Yes, Likert is better. Yes, well done. So I mean to say that, and just tell me one thing, satisfaction is a latent construct or a observed construct? Anyone? Satisfaction is a latent construct or observed construct? Now, understand what is the difference between these two, because then only we will be able to understand what should I apply in my research paper, whether regression or SEM. Now, as I am not able to measure satisfaction directly, what will I do? For an example, this is the construct of my study. I will be asking 3 questions to measure the satisfaction, and these questions will be called items. Item 1, item 2, and item 3. What is satisfaction? Satisfaction is a construct. I cannot measure satisfaction directly. That is why it is a...
Sorry to interrupt, madam.
Yes,
this
yes.
Item 1, 2, and 3. Why we are not calling it as an variable 1, 2, 3? Means
it is called, sir. It is called variables, and it is called items too.
Oh, right.
The number of questions through which I am measuring my latent construct is called variables and is called items too. So whenever you will see, few research papers, they will be saying that they are having 5 construct and 40 items. What is the meaning of this? That means there are 5 constructs, right? And to measure those 5 constructs, how many questions are asked? 40 questions are asked. Now, understand this point, that there are some latent construct in the study. And for an example, if I ask you the second question, that what is your age? Can age be directly measured? If I ask you what is your age, and if somebody says my age is 32, is it the direct observation, or do I need to again put a Likert scale to measure the age of somebody?
No, it's direct. It's obvious. It's direct.
It's directly? It's
Yes,
direct?
yes. Yes.
It's direct? Okay.
Yes.
Now, if I'm asking somebody that, what is your age? The person will say 32. That means it's accurate. Unless until, the person is hiding, I don't have any issue. But as soon as the person will give me the answer that I am 32 years old, there is no chance of error. There is no error. If I'm asking to somebody, what is your gender? And if some person is saying that I am a female, there is no error. कोई error है ही नहीं इसमें. There is no error. I am asking somebody directly and the person is giving me the direct answer. But if I am measuring satisfaction, this is a social science based study where I want to know the human perception. I want to know that how satisfied the human beings are. How many of you guarantee that with the help of Likert scale, you will measure 100% accurate satisfaction? What do you think? Will you be able to receive the 100% accurate satisfaction? Anyone?
No.
No?
No.
That
no.
means there must be some error. There must be some error into this.
Yes,
So,
yes,
always remember this thing that whenever we are having the construct which are directly observed, because tool regression is not having the capacity to understand error, remove the error, and run the factor analysis. This power is only in the SEM, which is called structural equation modeling. Why? If you see here, what is the dependent variable y? Alpha, beta 1, x, and plus error. Now, if you see, my dependent variable is satisfaction and there must be some error. Now, what kind of error we are talking about here? We are talking about some kind of sampling error, some kind of non-sampling error. Maybe the person is not giving me the right response. Maybe I have not taken the correct sample size. So satisfaction is already having some kind of measurement error equal to alpha plus. The independent variable is service quality, which is already having some measurement error, and plus the residual error. I will discuss about the standard error is equal to residual error, but what is the difference between measurement error and residual error, that I will discuss with you. So what is actually SEM is doing? Your observed satisfaction less by measurement error. That means SEM will reduce the measurement error from the observed satisfaction equal to alpha plus B1. Whatever service quality you are measuring, it will again reduce the measurement error into this, which is not possible into the regression. Regression is never able to remove measurement error. That is the reason you must have seen all those financial papers. If somebody is here in the FDP from economics or from finance, if the financial paper is having the data of sales, for an example, they are having the data of profit and loss, they are having any kind of data, any expenditure, they hardly prefer to go with SEM, because all those direct observed value, there is no chance of any error. If I'm asking the company, what is your sales? Company is giving me that 230 million, for an example. Okay, $230 million. It is the direct observation. I have not asked any questions to know. No items were formed. No variables were taken. Sales itself is an observant variable which is giving me the direct information. So, any construct which is directly observed and not formed on the basis of items or variables, the data you are receiving which is correct. इसमें क्या है कि हम किसी से पूछ रहे हैं what is your age, what is your gender, what is your monthly income, it is directly answerable. So there is no chance of any measurement error, and in that case only we should go for the regression. But whenever the data is taken on a Likert scale, whenever we are collecting the data on any kind of social science data, human perception data, then there is a high chance of measurement error, and regression do not have the capacity to identify and remove it. Now, whenever you are running SEM, structural equation modeling, it is a combination of 2 to 3 things. For an example, we call it CFA and factor analysis plus path analysis. Now, what is the major function of CFA? CFA is confirmatory factor analysis. It checks about whether all the constructs are there, are all the items are accurately explaining to the construct, what is the amount of measurement error. So all the model, whether the model which you have framed, model means, if you understand, whenever we frame the hypothesis, and if I say that the functional value lead to trust and trust leads to purchase intention, this is the model of my study. Now, to check this particular model, whether this model is having any kind of measurement error, removing that measurement error and checking the model that all the items are explaining rightly to all the constructs, that is basically done by confirmatory factor analysis. And once this is done, we will do the next thing, path analysis. And path analysis is the only thing which is done by the regression. So regression is nothing, whereas it is a path analysis. So I hope, is it clear? Are you all able to understand the difference between SEM and regression? Any questions so far?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
The model which you are developing, this
Yes.
model is based on what criteria, in fact? Means how would we justify that this model I have created, and it would be, it would be acceptable through SEM, or it can't be acceptable through SEM? So that is another stage of discussion. But how would I, means what is my confidence that?
No, sir. It is very easy to understand whether you should go with the regression or you should go with SEM. As I told you, I have just discussed with you that you will be having some independent variable and some dependent variable. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
Now, if your independent variable is measured on Likert, that means what? Likert is what? Metric?
Yeah, 5-point scale metrics.
Right. Dependent variable is also measured on Likert. What is that? Metric? Continuous data?
Yes, yes.
This is the condition, sir, that SEM and regression should be only applied when your independent variable and dependent variable are metric in nature. Is it clear, sir?
Okay.
Till now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
This is one thing. Now, your question is that how this particular model is created. So, in today's class, we are not talking about formation of conceptual model or formation of theoretical model, but then too, if you have asked me, I will give you answer. Whenever you go for the literature review, if the objective of your study is to understand the trust regarding the purchase intention, and you started reading the literature. When you started reading the literature, you came to know that functional value creates a lot of trust, or traditional value create a lot of trust. If you are able to find out 5 to 7 papers which justifies the relationship between FV and trust, you frame that FV leads to trust. And if you are able to justify with the literature review that trust leads to purchase intention, then again one more relationship you frame, that trust lead to purchase intention. And this can become the model of your study. Otherwise, there are many theories. For an example, we talk about, TPB, we talk about UTAT. All these theories are there on which the conceptual models can be prepared. Based upon the objective, you go to the literature review, you find out some theories which are already there, which are matching to your objective. You go for the literature review, and then you try to find out the relationship between the variables which are the part of the theory. And if you think that there is any construct new which may not be the part of the theory but which is justifying, then you add on that, and that becomes the conceptual model of your study. Are you getting my point?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Now, so SEM is when SEM is to be applied, when your independent variable and dependent variable is metric in nature. So, most of the time, whenever we are conducting any study, all the human perception based study and social science studies, we generally measure on Likert scale. So if my independent and dependent variable is metric, without thinking anything, only except one, that your construct is direct or latent. So if your construct is latent, go with SEM. And if your construct is direct observed, go with regression. Even if you will give value to the software will give you some results. But there is no need to go with SEM. And that is the reason you can see so many financial and economics papers where we are observing the values directly and the paper is having general regression, because there is no measurement error which should be measured by. Now, moving forward, measurement error and standard error. So, this is a construct. If you see this is a construct. For an example, if I say this is service quality, so this is a construct. And if I ask 3 questions, question 1, question 2, and question 3, they may be called variables or they may be called items. Now, how much these questions are able to measure? They may not be able to measure the absolute service quality or, for an example, satisfaction. So the error which is created is called measurement error. And there is one more construct. For an example, if I say how service quality leads to purchase intention. If I am saying how service quality leads to purchase intention, service quality is an independent variable and purchase intention is a dependent variable. So, how much dependent variable which is not measured by independent variable? That means there must be something of PI. What is PI, my dependent variable? There must be some value of PI which is not measured by my independent variable, which is SQ. So because of this, the error which is created is called standard error. I'm repeating it again. Understand. The measurement error establishes the relationship between construct and item. Remember this thing. So if the items are not able to justify or give you the accurate information about the construct, the error which will be created is called a measurement error. And the standard error is all about between 2 constructs. Between 2 construct means independent and dependent. So how much independent is able to justify with the dependent? Is it that the independent variable is giving 100% or accurate impact on dependent variable? There must be some error. So that particular error is called standard error. Any questions till now? Please tell me. Is it good to go now? Is it okay, everyone? Measurement error and standard error is okay.
Yes, ma'am. Very clear.
Okay, thank you. Now, what is the suitability? Suitability means here, what I want to discuss that when you should go with SEM? I have already discussed with you. Now, if you are having more independent variables, for an example, just look at here. For an example, we are having one independent variable and two dependent variable. In regression, what will you do? To see the relationship between this and this, you will run first regression, and then again to see the relationship between this and this, you will again run the regression. That means with all multiple number of variables, you cannot run regression. Regression can only be possible when you are having single dependent variable. When you are having more than one variable, it's easy to go with SEM. Remember this thing. Second, which I have already explained with you, complex equations and measurement with error. So whenever you are having latent construct, which cannot be directly observed and which will be having some error, in that case, you should go with SEM. System of relationship. For an example, X is having relationship with Y is having relationship with Z, and there is also one factor or E which is having impact on Z. It is not easy, even you can't perform this kind of complex relationship on regression. But direct impact of X on Z and indirect impact through Y. So what will be the impact of X on Y, and what will be the impact of Y on Z, and what will be the impact of E on Z? All this kind of direct and indirect system of relationship can only be performed by SEM. And the last one, that is a confirming technique, that even if you are having a small sample, I will discuss next with you that what should be the sample, how many questions should be there whenever you are interested to run SEM. So it is a very confirming technique that even with a small sample size, it gives you the results, valid result with the measurement error. Now, there is one thing which is always confusing to the PhD scholars, that what should be the sample size for the study. And, even if you are having two construct, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, what should be the sample size? So what I have done, I have taken some papers, and whenever you are supposed to justify in your research paper or in your PhD, what should be the sample size, we can follow that. So if you see the first paper, even you can copy that and, see. It is easily available. It is easily downloadable because the paper is written in the year 1988. This is one of the famous paper, Comre. And in most of the good papers, you will see the reference of this. Now, what this Comre says, that maximum 40 items. 40 item means what? 40 questions. So if you are having maximum 40 items, what can be the sample size? How much sample size you can take in? 200. So you can refer that. Next, there is one more paper which is very famous, Devils 2016, and this paper says that take 5 to 10 samples per item. Per item means again per questions. So if you are having two construct and there are 5 items in first one and 5 items in second one. So how many items are there? 10. So if you take per item 10, that means what should be the sample size? 100. Right. Now, the third reference is again very famous, here at all. Again, Combre, Devils, and D. Wellis, and here, all three are very famous one, and 70 to 80% papers you will find here at all, which says if you are taking a sample size of 100, it's poor, but there is some range. So what you can justify with this number, whether your sample size should be 500, your sample size should be 300 or 200, on the basis of Comrie and D. Willis. So if you are taking the sample size 500, here says it's very good. Right. Now I would like to discuss, I just want to show you something here. Just wait a minute. There is one, free automatic tool which is of Daniel Soper, and it's very easy to, anticipate the sample size. If you see this, anticipate effect size means what minute effect you want to measure. So 0.1 means like that even the last 10% minute effect which can affect to my study, 0.1, that I want to be measured. And if you want to measure this minute effect, that means your sample size should be big. So if you will keep on increasing this, for an example, like if you will keep on increasing 3, 4, 5, it will be affecting to the sample size. So for an example, the statistical power level, how much strong statistically you want to prove your data, 80%. How many latent variables depends upon, like if I say that I am having 5 latent variables, and if you have any observed variables, you can measure here. Like you are having, for an example, 5 observed variables, probability 0.05, you understand, that means that the p value should be as per the 0.05. We will be checking the significance at this level. And if I calculate what is the sample size, minimum sample size for model structure 700 and recommended minimum sample size is 1599. So this is a very a priori sample size calculator. I think most of you, those who have completed their doctorate, they must have been used this a priori sample size calculator. So if there is any confusion that how and what sample size should be selected, so it's better to go with these options. So there are various options, like you can go with this Comrie one, Willis, here at all, and the a priori sample size calculator, and you can easily mention this thing in your research paper. It's very justified. Now again, there is one confusion. Your guide will say that you should take more number of items, more number of questions. More number of questions means a big questionnaire. A big questionnaire means what? A big questionnaire means that it will take more time to get or to fill the questionnaire. And in today's time, nobody is interested to fill the questionnaire. It's even if you will ask, that person may fill the questionnaire by not full heartedly. The person will just fill the questionnaire on the sake of filling it. And what is your choice? What a PhD scholar want? A PhD scholar want that the number of questions should be less, so that it will be easy for me to prepare the questionnaire and easy to fill. But there is one theory which we all have to understand, that what should be the appropriate number of questions which I can ask. Now if you see this formula is saying that k into k plus 1 divided by 2 more than equal to number of relations. Now look at here. Whenever you will make this kind of diagram on SEM, as I have said to you, this will be considered as a construct, and it is a latent variable, latent construct, because I am not directly observing this. There are 3 questions which I want to frame for this construct to be justified. Now, there is always a lambda. Lambda means factor value, right? And factor analysis इसे हम कहते हैं. Now, this is always measured, this is always answered in SEM, and the value of first lambda is always fixed to 1. We cannot measure it. It is fixed, the first lambda value. That is the rule of SEM. So how many relations we are supposed to measure? Second lambda, third lambda, the measurement error of all 3, and the measurement error of dependent variable versus independent variable. This is a kind of standard error. Now, how many things we are supposed to measure? 1, look at here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the 6 things which we are supposed to measure. Now, we have to see how many questions. Remember this, 6. Now, how many questions? K means number of questions. So, 3 into 3 plus 1 divided by 2. That means 3 into 4 divided by 2, 6. Now, 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. That means these 3 questions are okay and these are just justifier. These 3 questions are justifying with the construct. Now I have taken 3 situations. This is the second situation. So again, this is the construct and these are the number of questions. Can somebody tell me how many relationships we are supposed to measure? Anyone? How many relationships we are supposed to measure? Is it clear into this? Any doubt into this, anyone? Yeah. Hello? Hello, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we are there. We are there.
Yes.
So, what do you think? Like, as I have just, I have to stop sharing my screen because I thought that you may not be listening. So, my question is that, is it clear to you, this thing which I have just explained? How do you justify that how many questions should be asked? What I have done? How many things are to be measured? I have told you. The first lambda is always answered. The first lambda is always answered. So what are the things which we are supposed to measure? 1, 2, 3 error means 3, 4, 5. And this error, 6 thing we are supposed to answer. And how many, what is the value which based upon the questions, how many questions should be framed? So I am able to get that 6. And 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. That means it is just an identifier. Now, look at here. How many questions are there? 2. So if I am just putting the value into this, 2 into 2 plus 1 divided by 2, that means 2 into 3 divided by 2. 6 by 2 is equal to 3. Now, 3 questions. For an example, 3, which is coming, number is coming 3. Now, and how many relationships we are supposed to measure? Look at here. 1, this is lambda which is to be measured. Second error, third error, and the error with the construct. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 3 minus 4 is equal to coming minus 1. So this is wrong. We should have questions at least more than 2, because for this construct, if I am taking 2 questions, they are not able to justify with the construct. Now, look at here. Again, k into k plus 1 divided by 2. If you see this, how many questions are there? 4. So 4 into 4 plus 1 divided by 2. That means 4 into 5. 20 by 2. That means 10. The value which I am receiving. The first is already answered. First value of lambda is given. Then how many things we are supposed to measure? 1, 2, 3. These are 3 lambdas. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what is the value which is coming here? 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. That means it is over identifier. So over identifier means that it is a good model. You will be able to measure things more than just an identifier. So as per the number of items, it should be justified that how many questions should be asked as per the latent construct. Now, next is, now whenever we go with SEM, again, structural equation modeling, there are two kinds of SEM. The first SEM is called CB SEM. CB SEM is covariation based. And the second one is PLS SEM, that means partial least square method. So we will be working and doing all the analysis on this software PLS SEM, but we have to understand, when we can apply CB SEM and when we can apply PLS SEM. Now, if you see this, if you are having reflective questionnaire, you can go with CB SEM, but if you are having formative questionnaire, you should go with PLS SEM. Let me just tell you the difference first. What is formative and what is reflective? Now, for an example, if I ask you, the objective of my study is to check the impact of credit. Credit means loan. On for an example, the satisfaction of customers. So how did I measure the satisfaction of customers who are taking loan? I have asked the first question to them. Are you able to expenditure, like your expenditures are increased? Is it your consumption is increased? And what is your level of standard? Is it increased? So if I ask, is it that by taking the loan from the bank, expenditures are increased? And I will be asking this question on a Likert scale, 1 to 5. Strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree, 5-point Likert scale, and likewise. Now, if somebody says that for expenditure, the person gives the scale of 5. And if the person is saying that for level of standard, this is 1, that means the person is not giving me the right answer. If the expenditures are increased, if the consumption is increased, that means the level of standard must have been also increased. So if the person is giving 5 to this, the answer, if it is not even 5, that could be 4 at least. So can I say that this is the reflection of the customer's mind, whatever experience the customer had after taking loan, his mind is reflecting and giving me the answer, and that could be varied. For one more customer, the numbers could be 333. For one more customer, the customer may perceive that loan is a liability, and because of that liability, the person is not able to spend more. Even the person had stopped consuming things and level of standard is decreasing. So the person may give 2, 2, 2, or maybe 1, 1, 1. So what is this? This is a reflection. And one more thing, can you see that all 3 questions intensity is highly correlated? Are you able to understand what I mean to say? All 3 questions are highly correlated with each other. That means if the person is able to spend more and consume more, the level of standard is going to good. Can I say that? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So these questions are called reflective questionnaires, and the arrow of these questions are like this. So always remember, whenever these kind of reflective questions are made, the arrow is like this. Arrow will go towards items. Now, formative. there are many PhD scholars in this workshop. So if I say that, what have meant you to get admitted into PhD? What you will say? Few will say that, what is the prerequisite? Maybe net examination, 55% marks, and interest in research. And even interest in research, even if I'm not saying, the university entrance examination. So if you are able to clear the university PhD entrance examination, net examination, and minimum 55% marks in graduation, then only you will be able to take admission in the PhD. So what is happening? All three are forming the condition to take admission in the PhD or not. These are all reflections, or these all are conditions which are forming that any person who wants to take the admission in PhD, she should be able, or he should be able to clear the university exam, clear net examination, and have 55% marks. Is it or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Now, tell me,
Yes.
is there any correlationship between university entrance or net? Likewise, I was having the correlation between expenditure and exam consumption, or any correlation highly correlated. Is it? Can I say that any person who has cleared net will be definitely having 55% or more than 55% marks in graduation? Can I say that? No. And even I cannot say that the person who has completed or cracked the university entrance examination, that person must have been cleared the net examination also. There is no correlation between these three. These three are just forming a condition to sit for the PhD examination. So, PLS-SEM says that it should only be applied when you are having the formative questionnaire. And whenever you are having the reflective questionnaire, go with CB-SEM. The second thing is, when you are theory building. Now, what is the meaning of theory building? For an example, if I say that you want to study on metaverse. Metaverse is something which is entirely new. Nowadays, people are working on it. A lot of papers are published. But still, there are so many things regarding the metaverse which are unexplored. So if you are not able to find out anything into the literature, you will try to find out something and try to create relationship which may not be existed. So you are creating a theory, you are building a theory, because very few studies are done on metaverse. So for theory building, go with PLS-SEM. And even, but nowadays what is happening, that people are using it, and PLS-SEM is able to generate results, valid results for the theory testing also. But it is most preferable that if you want to build on any theory, go with SEM. But yes, in many of the papers, there are many papers in which you can see that for the theory testing also SEM can be used. And the third beautiful advantage, which we can see, that even if the sample size is small, we can go with SEM. So these were the two kinds of SEM, covariate based and partial least square. And these are some of the formalities that which SEM is to be used. So formative questionnaire, theory building for theory testing also. And even with the small sample size, PLS-SEM can be worth. Now that was a difference between reflective and formative. So now that was the basic theory which I was, if I'm not going to describe it, even if you will, run the test on PLS-SEM, you may not find it very interesting. So before going with the software, for starting the hands-on experience, I just want to know, is there any doubt you are having which you want to ask? When to apply SEM? What is latent construct? What is observed construct? What is formative? What is reflective? How the model is to be prepared, although the class is not on that, but which test and why SEM is to be applied, with whom, what should be the sample size? right? And how the number of questions are to be decided. Any doubt on this till now? If you will ask me, that is okay. Otherwise, I will move towards the software now for the hands-on experience. Have you all downloaded the PLS sim, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So should I go with this? You all well? Can I go with the software now?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Okay, fine. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. So just open the software, everyone. I will also be opening this. Let me just share my screen with you all. And please download the CSV file which I have shared with you. Please. Just take 1 minute. Yes, I have opened. I'm sharing my screen with you. So do you have this interface?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. So this is the interface. How we are going to do with this and what we are supposed to see, and simultaneously we will understand the logical reasoning behind it. For each function, we will see the logical reasoning behind it. That why we are applying this function, when to apply and how to apply. So we will click on new project. First of all, we will give a name to this. We'll give a name to this CFA, create, and we will import data file, which is a CSV file, which is already shared with you. Are you able to do this, you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now every question is measured on metric, but there is one question which is measured on categorical, which is gender. Now, before I start this, SmartPLS, let me just discuss with you my theory. Let me show you my model first. So gender is categorical and I will import this, right? And this kind of file will come. Now, understand what we are doing, please. First of all, see what is the model and what we are doing. So, look at here, please, everyone. There are 3 independent variables in my study. First is functional value. Second one is traditional value. And third one is emotional value. These 3 independent variables are leading to trust. And this trust is leading to PI, which is purchase intention. Now, We will also see tomorrow whether trust is a mediator or moderator. Right? We will see it tomorrow. First of all, understand what is the model of my study. So, there are three independent variables, FV, TV, and EV, which are leading to trust, and trust is leading to PI. Now, there is one more variable which is called innovativeness. And the name of this variable is IVV. Innovativeness. Or you can call it like INN. Innovativeness. And this is also impacting to purchase intention. Now, we will again see tomorrow whether this variable is moderator or mediator. Now, somebody says that purchase intention also impacted by gender. Females are sometimes more into purchasing things as compared to male. And that's true. So, there is one more variable in my study, gender, and I want to check the impact of gender also on the purchase intention. But remember one thing. Functional value is having 3 questions to ask, which I will be asking on Likert. Likert means again metric. Traditional value is asked with the help of 3 questions. And emotional value is also asked with the help of 3 questions. And all 3 are measured on Likert means metric. But all 3 is leading to trust. Trust is also asked by 3 questions again on Likert scale. And purchase intention is also having 3 questions. Innovativeness is having 5 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gender is categorical. So either male or female. Now, tell me one thing. Please note down this model somewhere. Please, everybody. Those who is, still, you have to be live. Otherwise, what you will understand now and what you will understand tomorrow, it will be of no use. So note down this model. There are 3 independent variables, FV, TV, and EV, functional value, traditional value, and emotional value, which is leading to trust. And trust is leading to purchase intention. And purchase intention is also affected by innovativeness. And some papers wants to know the impact of gender also on PI. So we will also see gender is a mediator or moderator. Now, see the model now, please. Now, what is FV1, FV2, and FV3? What FV belongs to functional value. And we are having 3 questions. So that is why we are having FV1, FV2, and FV3. TV means traditional value, TV1, TV2, TV3, 3 questions. EV is having 3 value, EV1, EV2, and EV3. If you all have seen the CSV file, let me just show you. The file was like this. It was an Excel with the extension of CSV. So that was the Excel data, and that Excel data we have imported. So if you see, these are the responses. So all these responses are on Likert scale. And the same sheet is imported into SmartPLS. Right? So we are having all the variables. If you see TV, EV, T1 is trust. Then we are having INN. INN is what? INN is basically innovativeness. And then we are having PI. PI means purchase intention. And then we are having gender. Now, we will go back and we will ask the software to create a model. The model which I have just created for you on a paper, we will be created the same model now. So we will be running PLSM and the model name is Confirmatory Factor Analysis. So what are we doing with this confirmatory factor analysis? We will be basically checking the measurement error. Is that the model is okay? All the items are supporting to the construct or not? So till now, is it okay? Are you able to do it? Please tell me, because I am going to create the model now. Yes.
Ma'am, I'm unable to upload the file in my software.
Unable to okay, upload the file, please. Okay, let me just do it again. You will click on new model. Have you created the new model? That is being done or not?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, just look at here, new model, and I will be just give me a second. Papa ke phone pe phone karo. Papa ke phone. So for an example, I'm just changing the name because that will not take the same name. So confirm factor. I will create a file. Are you able to create it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now there are two options which are mentioned below: import data file and create model.
Yes,
Are
yes.
you able to see that?
Yes.
Click on import data file. Wherever you have saved your file, are you able to see that file? CFA,
I can't see actually new project. It is not highlighted. I can see only new workspace.
ma'am, that means you have, that means, acha, okay, fine. So new workspace, okay. You do one thing, ma'am. Just go to the new workspace. Please click on the new workspace, everyone. Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Before this, do one thing also. Before this, on desktop, just create one folder. On desktop, create one folder. Everyone. On the name of Smart. You can keep the name Smart. Create one folder. You can create this folder anywhere. On C drive, D drive, desktop. I have created on desktop. Okay. Now, click on new workspace. Go to desktop. The folder name was Smart. Select folder. And you must be able to see now the new project is live for you. Are you able to see that, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I will be performing the same thing again for you all. Now, click on the new project. Put the name of it. You can like name it SmartPLS for an example. Create it. Import data file. Wherever you have saved the file, please access that file. Select CFA. Are you able to get that data?
Yes.
It is
Yes.
imported. Okay, now. So every variable is metric except the last one. Gender is not metric. So gender is a categorical data. Change from here. And then click on import. Are you able to see this?
Ma'am, can you do it once again?
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, we will go to again for an example. I will create from where you want to understand, from the new project
Ma'am,
itself.
yes, the data I have imported. Then
Data is imported. Okay, fine. So I will be creating data is imported.
yes, ma'am.
After the data
screen
is
is
imported, I think this kind of file will come. You have to only go and change gender.
no, ma'am. Pop-up is coming and there is showing that import or cancel.
Import. Click on import. Why to cancel?
Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Okay, fine. Now, what is this sheet is showing to you? This sheet is just giving you the meaning of that the data is normally distributed or not. Can you see there are few things which are mentioned here? Just look at here. Kurtosis and skewness. So even in your paper, you have to report what is the sample size 206 and how many questions are there 21 and there is zero missing value. कोई भी missing value नहीं है. There is no missing value. Whether my data is normally distributed or not, I can justify this with the help of kurtosis and skewness. So remember that kurtosis and skewness value, if it is lying between +3 to -3, you can note down somewhere. If the value of kurtosis is lying between +3 to -3, that means your data is normally distributed. That means the first check is completed. My data is normally distributed. I can go for CFA. So I will be going back. I will be just,
Excuse
yes,
me.
yes, please.
The -3 +3 is applicable both in skewness as well as kurtosis.
Yes, we can go with that also. There are so many papers which are giving like the values of that in kurtosis and skewness, the value should be lying between +1 to -1.
Okay.
But there are many papers which are saying that skewness and kurtosis can be lie between +3 to -3.
Okay.
Then it is the data is normally distributed.
It is entirely based on the last reviews. No, that is only the justified answers.
Yes, you have to give the reference to it. That from which paper you are taking the justification of
Okay.
+3 to -3.
Okay. Thank you.
Now we will go back. Just please be with me. Please be with me. I am going to click on create model. Click on create model. Model type PLS-SEM and model name is Confirmatory Factor Analysis. We are running CFA. Is it? Are you with me? Can I save this file? Till now, if there is any confusion, ask me, please.
Yeah, just one thing, that gender you changed category or something. Will you repeat that?
Ma'am, when we have imported the data at the first step, I have changed gender. In front of the gender, we will not write metric, we will write categorical. Because gender is not metric. Gender, either your answer will be male or female, means 0 or 1. Either your answer is 0 or 1. Are you able to do that, ma'am?
0 or 1 is already there, 0 or 1.
But you have changed in front of gender categorical. Don't write, it is already written metric. So change metric to categorical and then import it.
Achha, you mean to say in original file we need to change and then
No, ma'am. No, not in original file. Okay. Okay, just let me just again create the new project, please.
Yeah, I'm not able to see the CSV file whenever I'm selecting the import file. I don't know why.
No, have you downloaded that file, ma'am?
Yes.
So it
in
is
the same folder.
Must be
In the same folder of workspace. Let us see. You're showing it again.
No, you are not supposed to save that file in a workspace. Not required. You can keep it in download also. From there also you will be able to get it access. Ma'am, please see.
I will follow the steps, whatever you are doing.
Please see.
Yes.
New project, create. GHG, import data file. Are you with me? CFA selected.
Yes.
This file will come.
Yes.
Now go in last. Change, click it here and change binary to categorical and import.
Got it.
Done, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm just going back. Okay, now I am creating model. Just click on create model, please. Click on create model. Model type PLS-SEM. And model name is CFA, which is already created here. Mine is already created. CFA. So this file will come. So create model, I'm just PLS-SEM and model name is, I'm just creating again, confirmatory and save. This will come. Are you able to see this screen, everyone now? Are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now just look at here, please. Sir will provide you the recording also, so you can see the recording as well. Reduce the size from here of the screen. If you see, right down corner, so you can reduce the size. Now, we are going to create the model. So what was the independent factor in my study? Press shift, select all three, F1, F2 and N3, F3. Press shift and select F1, F2 and F3. Once it is selected, drag it with the arrow. Are you able to do this, everyone? Yes. Are you able to do it? Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Please do it. Shall I tell it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. From where you want to know? From where you want to know?
Category is changed. Model is created. Create model.
Model is created now.
Create model.
Model
That
is
is done.
created. Okay. So when you are clicking on this, for an example, model is created. This kind of screen is coming or not?
Yes.
Are coming? Now, what is my first independent factor? Functional value. FV1.
Yes.
Press shift and select all three. FV1, FV2, FV3. Select all three. And release shift function. Release it. Now, select it. ये selected है. Drag all three on the screen. Drag it and click enter. Are you able to do it? TV1, TV2, TV3. Drag it with the arrow. Click it. TV. EV1, EV2, EV3. Drag it on the screen and enter. Are you able to make all three individual variables, independent variables? Are you all?
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now trust. T1, T2, T3. Drag it and keep it here. Enter. What was my dependent variable? Purchase intention. So P1, P2, P3. Drag it here. Enter. Innovativeness was also there. So INN1, INN2, INN3, INN4, INN5. Drag it here. Click it. Now, you can change the arrow of each one. Select and change it from the right side. You can see there are some indicators which are mentioned. So I am changing the arrow now with the help of indicators. All the arrows are made in one direction. T, I am making it downward. P is also downward. And INN is upward. So my model is just looking like this. Are you able to see this? Everyone? Able to do that? Are you able to do that? Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now. Why I have not taken gender here? Anyone else who can give me the answer? Why I can't take gender here?
Categorical variable?
Yes, it is a categorical variable which will not be checked here on the PLS SEM. We will not be able to check the impact of categorical variable because the variable should be metric or continuous. Now, what we will do, we will connect. There is one symbol which you can see at the upper side bar. connect with arrow. Click on that. Functional value is related to trust. One arrow. Traditional value is able to select. EV is able to create trust. So functional value is creating trust. Traditional value is creating trust, and emotional value is creating trust. What trust is creating? Purchase intention. And what innovativeness is creating? Purchase intention. This is the model which is to be created. And we have not done anything else till now. I have not run CFA till now. I have just told you how to create a model on this. We will run CFA, SEM, mediator effect, moderator effect, symmetric mediation, parallel mediation, moderation, everything we will do tomorrow. So at least prepare your model like this. Is it okay? You want to ask anything?
Ma'am, how to rotate this direction?
Fine.
Yeah, even I want to know that.
Okay. Just click on select. There is one arrow which is there above. Select.
Yes.
Select the variable. Selected.
Hmm.
At the right hand side, see there is one heading indicators.
Okay.
So in whatever direction you want to make it, it will go.
Okay, got it, ma'am.
Acha, one more thing. I was able to shift this. I mean, but again, if I'm releasing the shift, it is not happening. I mean,
No, just look at here. Just select all three. For an example, I want to select, I am deleting one. I am deleting INN. I have pressed shift. Now, press the, okay, just wait a minute. Shift. आपको इसे drag करना है. You have to drag it.
sometimes it's happening, sometimes it's not happening. So I think
No. You have to press the place from where we generally, move the fingers. That one, the space from where that is to be pressed, and we will release it here. Like you shift the folders data into a folder in that way only.
yeah.
Bas, that's all. So,
Ma'am,
yes.
see, I'm still in the importing file, but whenever I'm changing that gender to categorical, it is asking me the professional license. Why is it so?
Why it is asking for the professional license? Have you ever downloaded this software earlier also?
No, this feature is locked in this version, but you are just a step away. So I have actually downloaded the student version. So I
Oh,
have
you were not,
to go
no ma'am. You were not supposed to download the student version. That was 30 days free trial professional version. That is to be downloaded. So you just do one thing from the control panel, uninstall this software and install it again.
Okay.
So please check the recording. Sir must be sharing the recording with you all, and be ready with this model. We will apply CFA, SEM, and mediation moderation effect tomorrow. Fine?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
a minute. So even
Thank
if
you,
you
ma'am.
want to ask anything, just ask me over the WhatsApp. I will reply you over the WhatsApp.